Hey everyone, my name is Ahmad and welcome back to FPL Clue for another video. So the season starts in less than 10 days and I have decided to upload my first video of the season. I was actually planning to upload my first video at least 1 month ahead of the start of the new season, but I was working on my graphics and now that they are almost complete, I have decided to upload my first draft today. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe the channel as there are plenty of contents to come before Game Week 1 deadline and throughout the season. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. So in this draft it's a 3-5-2 formation and 1 million in the bank. Just in case if one or more of my picks for Game Week 1 becomes a troll all of a sudden, then I should have the flexibility to make changes in my team. So let's start with my defense. The way the players are priced up in FPL this season, there are lots of good options in 4.5 to 5 million bracket for goalkeepers. In this draft, I've got Onana, which is a good way to cover Manchester United defense, as I don't have Luke Shaw in this draft. I don't want to double up in defense of any team in the start of the season, because I'm not sure how will the teams perform defensively this season. But if you want to go with Luke Shaw, then the other best goalkeeper options are Flicken, Jordan Pickford or Steele. But Estepinen is already in this draft from Brighton. But for Flicken, it really needs to be seen if Raya leaves before the start of the season. Then he's also a much better pick. In the scenario if Raya stays, then I'm not sure who will be the first choice goalkeeper for Brentford between the two. As things stands, Onana is the goalkeeper for this draft, but things might change before the deadline. Areola is my backup keeper for this draft. It really remains to be seen if he will start the season as first choice ahead of Fabianski or he will be used as a backup keeper. So let's keep him as my backup keeper for now. Moving on to the defense, I've got Chilwell in this draft. Chelsea had a fantastic preseason under their new coach and will start the season with slightly difficult fixtures against Liverpool at home, then West Ham away. But then fixtures will start to be very good for Chelsea. So instead of waiting and jump on Chelsea asset in Game Week 3, I have decided to have at least couple Chelsea players in this draft. There is no Trent, no Luke Shaw in this draft, and I already have Gabriel and Estepinian in this draft, so the next interesting option is Ben Chilwell. Given that he is in a very good form in the preseason, I expect him and Chelsea will bounce back this season under Pochettino. The first game against Liverpool is not as good from defensive point of view, but we all know that he has the attacking ability that could play a role. And Botman is also having a home game against Aston Villa, which is almost similar type of game from defensive point of view. So I don't expect both Chelsea and Newcastle to keep clean sheet in their opening games, but of course I'll back Chilwell to have attacking return against Liverpool side who have conceded lots of chances last season. So that's why Ben Chilwell is in the starting lineup and Botman is in the bench. Gabriel is my Arsenal defensive cover in this draft. I like him a lot amongst the Arsenal defenders. Ben White of course is 0.5 million more than Gabriel. Then we have Saliba and Zinchenko, similar price to Gabriel, but I still back Gabriel. He has the best goal threats from set pieces, so I think he is the best Arsenal defender to go for the start of the season. Then there is Stupinen, the most high-honed defender for a reason. Brighton have great fixtures in the opening 3 weeks of the season, but then they have Newcastle at home, Manchester United and Aston Villa away in the next 3 games. Is it a better time to let him go after Game Week 3? Maybe. But even if you keep him, it's not the end of the world. Like Gabriel and Chilwell, he also offers some good attacking potentials as well. Then there is Botman and Bell in my bench. Of course, Botman might be an essential player as we move forward to the season. And in the event you want to keep Estepinian, Botman rotates really well with him. And of course, Bell is sitting there to fill my third bench player and to fill a 4 million defender spot. Moving on to the midfield, let's start with Mbeumo. He will be very essential, I believe, in the first half of the season in the absence of Tony. He is listed as a midfielder, but he will partner with Wissa in those advanced area of the pitch. And he is most likely on penalties as well for Brentford. He is the one and only 6.5 million midfielder in this draft. There are some other good options like Eze, Diaby, Marger Mitoma, or even Bernardo Silva, but I don't know how will Pep rotate the squad. The penalty duty will give Mbeumo the slight edge, but other than that, you can bring any of the 6.5 million midfielders that I just mentioned, and all of them are very good picks. Foden is one of the picks that I'm not so confident about. There are reasons to believe that Foden will do great in this season, such as Mahrez and Gundogan's departure, less rotation before the European games and cup competitions, and most importantly, City are having some really good fixtures in the start of the season. If Foden gets his minutes, then of course he is a good shout, but there are lots of other good options in midfield. If you want to go for another 6.5 midfielder, then that will give you 2 millions in the bank. Then you can upgrade other areas of the pitch. For example, you can have a decent third forward. Bruno Fernandes and Rashford are both in this draft. There is no Liverpool player in this draft. If I downgrade Bruno to someone like Eze or even Maddison, that might allow me to upgrade Chilwell to Trent. I'm not sure about the minutes of the likes of Jota, Diaz, Gakpo or Darwin Nunez. All of them are really good options if they get good minutes. Then we have Saka as well in this draft. Of course, he was one of the main man to target from Arsenal attackers. He is nailed and he is on penalty duty as well. But Jesus' injury is making things a little bit different now. Will Martinelli or Trossard will get more minutes now? This will also change Kai Havertz and Nketiah's minutes as well. But if Martinelli starts and Trossard doesn't, and if Havertz plays up front, then Trossard might come on for Havertz and Martinelli might get more playing times. So in that case, if you can't afford Saka in 8.5 millions, then Martinelli is 0.5 million cheap. In my case, I still have money in the bank, and if I go to Game Week 1 with this squad, I will still go with Bukayo Saka, who I expect will have a fantastic season. So let's move to the forwards. Erling Haaland is a must-have and is my captain for Game Week 1, there is no doubt about that. Then I have Nkunku in this draft, which can easily be Nunez or Gakpo, especially for the second game week against Bournemouth. But again, I'm not sure about their minutes. And Nkunku is nailed and I have very good options from game week 3 onwards. So for now, he's in my draft, but things might change before the game week 1 deadline. The West Ham striker fills the third forward spot in my bench. But if I plan to downgrade one of Bruno or Rashford to another midfielder, then that might give me room to upgrade Mubama to another better forward so that I could play 3-4-3 or something like that in the coming game weeks. So that's it for today. If you do enjoy the video, please make sure to give it a like and also subscribe the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.